try to make this light and so on the
Right.
joy, man. There's a lot of
It's a
bad
lot
things,
of madness going on. I mean, I feel like the world just like turn on this like 2020 turn on this like get 'em bug like
right?
finish it. You know what I mean? Like what the hell's going on? Like what's next? You got two hurricanes hitting friggin' the coast. What do you call it? The
The
Gulf
golf
Coast
heritage,
right
yeah,
now. You know what I mean? In the coastal. It,
yeah, and of course it's a
sorry,
golf
sorry.
course.
We had extra that jumped in real quick. Thank you, extra. So yeah, you know what I mean. That hit the right now. Then we have Corona, and then we still got the bull.
We got the bull, man.
We
We got
got
the
the
bull.
bull. You know what I mean?
Let's actually start with the bull. We had like pre show. Let's go
Yeah,
ahead.
man.
Let's get I kind of want to, man. All right, let's get it started. Let's get over the BS segment right here, man. So truth be told, I'm not gonna lie. After I saw the video of the guy getting shot in the back 7 times by a police officer with his kids in the car, I kind of shut off the news. I didn't want to. I'm like, you know what? This is too much. 2020, and this is still happening, and that right there was wild to me. I'm like, man, this police officer
Man,
should be charged and be looking at the death penalty for that.
right now, right now. You
you know,
understand? Right now. I mean, like the total disregard for human life, right? Total disregard for the safety of children. You understand? Not
right,
only are you unloading 7 bullets inside of a man's black at point blank range, right?
right,
There's also kids and other family members around that any bullet could you could just jerk the wrong way and the bullet spray and hit one of the kids and kill one of the kids.
oh,
You know what I
ricochet,
mean?
right? It could easily
Ricochet.
ricochet
You know what I'm saying?
and hit
Because you're
one.
point blank putting seven in the back of a human being life. Seven. Do you see a person like when I want to know when these people look? I guess they don't see a person. They don't see us as people. They see us as objects, things to be played with, like toys. Like you know what I mean? Like you ever
Right.
watch the movie with Richard Pryor, the toy, when the rich little kid and you
Yeah.
know what I mean? He wanted. Yeah, I love that. I love that movie. You understand? But I understand that the concept behind that movie is what always bugged me because I'm like, man, this kid's paid me a whole bunch of money, but would I do that? Would I want to be this asshole's toy? You
Right.
understand? To be shitted on upon in every moment? No, I'm good with that. And that's what Richard Pryor taught that kid. And in the movie, they became good friends. But this is the thing about this whole craziness and that's going on with our life right now with the entire world. You got one set of people always saying, well, he should have followed the law. He should have obeyed the police officer. But then there's countless other people who you can see that don't look like Gina or myself, who constantly talk back to the cops, who constantly,
Right.
fight with the police, who take the police weapon. Matter of fact, who walks with guns in their hand and nothing happened to them day to
Right.
day.
Full military gear on.
Full
Right.
military gear. Police
And
officer
then they're
off
not in
of
the
the,
military,
and they're
and most
not.
of them, never was in the military.
Never was in the military, never served their country, but they are patriotic. Yes, I'm a red-blooded American. How are you a red-blooded American and you're afraid to go serve for your country? How are you a
Right.
red-blooded American and you sit at home every single day watching propaganda about some strange black guy breaking into your house and molesting your sister that nobody wants, your sister
Right.
wife, nobody wants. Nobody wants.
Makes no
Understand?
sense.
It makes no sense day in and day out. I am so pissed off right now. And I'm not pissed off because I'm like, oh, I hate white people. No, I do not. I love white people. I got white people in my family. You know what I'm saying? I got some of my great friends, how white people always say. I got
Hmm.
some great friends that are black. I got some great friends that are white. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, but I'm being honest. I got some great friends who, you know what I mean, who would do anything for me and they don't look nothing like me. You
Right.
understand? So, but then I have this yesterday. I'm gonna give some before we really jump started in this, right, Gene? Yesterday I was after the whole shooting of um of this guy, this human being, and I was walking through Costco, First, I was going to Costco, and then I saw two cops outside the Costco pull up, and I got my mask on, and I'm just like walking towards the cop car. And back in my mind, I'm thinking like, yo, what if these cops jump out on me or whatever? You know what I mean? This is just popping on my mind. I don't know why my mind went there, but it went there. So anyway, I shook it off. I'm like, what the hell? Get out of here. You know what I mean? And I'm walking through Costco, and this guy kept on looking at me, right? This white guy kept on looking at me. This older white guy kept on looking at me. He was with his wife, and he kept on looking at me. And then he started laughing. So I got really, really, really angry. You understand? But yeah, younger me would have reacted really fast, and I'd have been all over that dude real quick. But something was in me like, yo, take your phone out and look at your face. Maybe you got something in your face, and he's, you know what I mean, whatever. Right. So I took my phone out and I turned my camera on. I turned my camera towards me, and I looked at my face, and then I'm like, what the hell? I looked at my shirt. And I forgot that I had on a shirt, a funny shirt, you know, with a funny saying on it. You understand? So
he was laughing at what
he was laughing at the shirt because what the shirt said. The shirt said, if I would flex right now, but I like this shirt. You understand? That's what the shirt said. And because I'm like, I'm not a diesel cat or none of that nature, so he's laughing at the whole dynamic of it. And but because of the nature of the environment, you understand? It made me get out of character. And Gene, I was like, I can't allow this media, I can't allow this the system that they're building right now to affect me this way, because I don't want to walk around feeling heavy that every white person is out to get me, every officer is out to kill me. Like I said, I got friends who are cops. We worked with a dude that used to be back in the day, Gene, he's a cop now, you know what I'm saying? Right. I know police officers in my family. So I don't want to walk around with these feeling that my life is in jeopardy, or my friend's life is in jeopardy, or my family life is in jeopardy. You understand? Right. And I don't want to hate anyone, but this is what this climate is. And kudos to you for shutting that off and say, you know what? I can't. You understand? And I try my best. I do try my best to get away from the whole thing. You understand? Because I'm like, you know what? I can't consume myself with it, because for when George Floyd got killed, when Breonna got killed, I embedded myself, all my posts. I wasn't posting nothing about my business. I was posting everything about what's going on. I was marching, I was talking, all that type of stuff, because I was just like, man, but I was getting consumed with all these feeling of anger, you understand? And there is no outlet for this anger. And I'm like, I'm not gonna go hurt any human being just because I'm feeling this way. That's not how Black people are. We're not, oh my God, let me go kill some people because, you know, they did me wrong. No, that's not how we are, you know what I mean? Naturally, we're like, yo, let me talk to you. Let's talk about this. Let's see what's good. You understand? Let's sit down at the table. Let's come to a conclusion, you know what I mean? Let's come to a resolution and let's move forward. Back in days, Gene, when you were younger, you used to fight, you bust a dude ass, but tomorrow y'all friends. You understand? That's how we roll. You know what I mean? But then you look at, and then, you know, after all that, then this morning, I woke up to another joint that happened in the same city that they protested. 3 people, 2 got killed, 1 got injured. Not by the police officer, but damn sure might as well be a police officer, because the police officer gave these kids the autonomy to go ahead and do what they need to go do.
Right. So when you showed me that was very upsetting. You know, it like you said, I had to cut it off because it's like, oh, this is too much, you know. And truth be told, it's like I shut it off. I'm like, look, I'll give it a few days. Hopefully, there's more information on what happened. I saw the video, but I didn't hear any audio, so I kind of wonder what the conversation was at. Mm-hmm. I wonder, you know, like this other. It has to get to the point the police have to police themselves too. So I don't walk around here afraid of the police, because I know that all cops are not the same. Mm-hmm. And yeah, some areas are completely different, you know, but I know not all cops are the same. There's been plenty of times cops gave me a break for speeding and stuff like that. It's been all types of, you know, times. So I never, you know, praise the Lord. You know, I never had that, you know, really bad, you know, situation with a police officer. But that, when people are protesting and stuff, and you let civilians, you know, handle civilians, that's not a
That's
way to go
not.
about it.
That's not.
And to
That's not
me, it's
even cool.
like what with this climate and how things are going. I know my temper on things,
Mm-hmm.
and truth be told, if I was within the area of that and I would have seen that, like would have heard that happening, like why not go to war? It's like
Yeah. At that
you
present
pretty much
moment.
you pretty much just called it out, right?
Yeah. You open up.
you
You open up the box. You open up
open up the
Pandora
box.
box. You know what I
Like
mean? So let's do it. You
now,
understand?
I can't take everything like from. I'm seeing this more from a distance. I can't take everything out at word because the guy who said that the police said, yeah, we're gonna send them your way, so you can handle it. That guy is not the police officer. He's just saying this stuff. So all we
Yeah.
know, he's setting a
He's making
fuse.
up. He's making
Yeah,
up bullshit. You know what I
he's
mean?
making up bullshit. So you
Yeah.
have to be very like wary about that. Like we spoke before. Like yeah, there's a car dealership that caught on fire.
Exactly.
This is a good time if you own a business and it's in coronavirus and you need some
You're not
insurance
making no
money.
money. You know
You're
what I
not making no
mean?
money. Hey,
Insurance
there's a
fraud is the
protest.
best time.
Things are getting burnt down and
Left or right. Why not
broken.
burn yours? You know what I
Why not
mean?
burn yours?
Yeah,
Why not
so
burn yours for that insurance money, son?
exactly.
It's not going to hurt. Not I guarantee people ain't out there buying cars. I know the housing market is doing pretty damn good, but I don't know
But
about the auto,
no, Ardo is struggling right now. I mean, think
right?
about it for a second. I mean, people not working.
Going, yeah, they're not
You know
going.
what
They're
I
not
mean?
working. Cars are expensive, and
Cars
they
are
and soon
maintain payments, monthly payments. Come on, man.
it's not just that. It's like soon you drive out the dealership with it, you lose value. So
Exactly.
you
So
lose value as soon as you drive out the dealership with it. So why not burn it down?
exactly. Collect that insurance money. You got everything all the cars on the lots
Right.
are covered.
So
The lot is covered. You know what I
the
mean?
lot is covered, son. The lot.
So,
It's
but
one of those things. Like I don't know. Like go ahead and do what you need to do, but I would also take I take things at an arm distance because people have their own agendas. Everyone's lying. No, there's some truth in between, right?
yeah, yeah.
And
But then
but the,
again,
but
Gene,
but the actions themselves are like so outrageous and
us by
that
the
it helps you lean one way to another. And
exactly.
police did show up after the people got shot. You know,
Exactly. And then the ultimate thing, all right. The reason why I could say I can maybe 60% believe that kid is because you look at the video before where the police officer is giving them water and thanking them for being there. You understand? And that was a police officer on his blowhorn in his car, thanking them. Hey, you want water? Blah, blah, blah. Thanking them for being there. Armed civilians, thanking these guys. Instead of saying, hey, guys, we don't need you here. We have it covered. Thank you guys for coming out, but we don't need you guys here. You understand?
now
That's
I have a quick question. Since
you.
you've seen that video.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would it be better just to let the president send in his armed forces? Because now you take the police out of the equation because the police clearly seem like they're overwhelmed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure how these protests are going over there. I will guarantee there are riots and stuff like that.
Of course.
Majority don't know. Truth be told, the majority of the looting and stuff is probably not even happening from the people who
No,
are protesting. They're
no,
happening
not dog.
from another group of
Come on,
people
man.
who want to take
Instigators,
advantage.
man. Who
Yeah,
want to come up,
instigate.
dude? People want to come up, man. People are trying
Right,
to come up right now.
and it's clearly because you see the what's it Logan Paul,
Yeah,
where he just walking in the mall. He's there to instigate and stuff like that,
yeah.
but he has a camera, so he's not gonna show that. But there's people there for other reasons,
For other
clearly.
reasons. I mean,
So
other
it's
reasons.
like, hey, there's a protest. This is a good time. We can go
Time
and do a
to
smash and
go do.
grab.
We're gonna talk about we're gonna do for Black Lives Matter, but they're not. I mean, and that's
No,
the
they're not
thing.
even talking about Black Lives Matter.
No, they're trying to get shit. They're
They're
getting
here
shit.
like, hey, this is a good time to come up.
to come up, man. Like, yo, listen, I could get some sneakers, I could get some shirts, I could get some clothes. Yo,
and
man,
post that bad boys on eBay.
On eBay, you know what I'm saying, and sell them bad boys back. You know what I mean?
You know?
But that's the nature of this thing. So it's like, yeah. But at the same time, but these people who are breaking into stores, they're still not armed. They still don't have guns.
They're not armed, right? They're throwing like bricks and rocks
inside of stores or whatever the case may be.
They're looting. These stores are insured and stuff like that.
Exactly. So what's the big deal? What is the big deal?
You know, but the police and the people in the community don't want that. So, like you told, if there's a protest going down the street from me, going down the main road, and all these places that I generally go to shop to, and I can't go there for a couple of weeks because when the stuff like that happens, you can't go there for a couple of weeks.
You should have been out there coming up, Gene. You should have been out there coming up. You'd have been good for the week. I just
you know, but it does let me think like, okay, if the police had to use these civilians, you know, to get some help because they was overwhelmed, why not just take them out the equation and let the mayors or the governors say, hey, we need, you know, actual troops in here to stop these looters, but let the people protest. But now you have these people, you have actual real military people there.
I have no problem with that, but then when you look at that, then the police,
it's the Portland stuff.
Well, exactly.
It's a fine line. It's like in the beginning when we had these protests, the police allowed the protests to happen. They were there to protect the other properties from people, from the aggravators and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the reason why those there for. And it worked better in certain, like in Miami, it worked great because Miami has cameras everywhere. They was able to like, hey, we know who you are. We able to find you and arrest you
like really quick,
you know. It works in these certain cities. A city like where they were at in Ohio that didn't work because they don't have it seems like they don't have the technology. They have the technology. They don't have the funding.
The police is not underfunded because the gear that those police are, they're funded well. They're just that they don't take the city. The city is not funded to get the cameras set up in the right places to catch these aggravators. So,
but that's the same things. Like, why are you funding them if your town doesn't have like
a hospital? Like they didn't even have a hospital to get the guy. The guy had to fly to another hospital to get treated. You understand? So the police is well funded. You understand? But
the funding is going to the
hospital.
Place,
exactly.
Right?
There's no hospital to take care of your sick. You got to send somebody all the way.
That kind of tells you, because if stuff like this happen on a regular, that kind of makes sense to like why you give police these type of riot gear because this stuff happens more normally. Instead, you're buying this gear and all this high like we're ready to go to war for a place that probably doesn't. This happens. This is the first time it happened.
This is the first time it happened forever. The entire country is like this. So
why do you need this gear? Why you could take this money and put it somewhere else?
So then, would you think that then there is a bigger cause,
there's a bigger issue
at hand? Because if police officers were geared up, this was for 9/11 for terrorists, supposed to be happening for after 9/11. That's the reason why they funded the police
extra funding, right?
To get all those stuff just in case this happened. But now you're taking that same gear.
Terrorists don't hit up small towns.
Yeah, and who cares about a small town? Seriously, if I'm coming all the way from whatever country I'm coming from to come attack America, the last thing I'm thinking about is going to Wisconsin or Ohio. Ohio? What the fuck is in Ohio?
Sad to say, like it's a reason why big cities are targeted because they have the most dense population,
and that's where most of the money. That's where the money is at.
Most of the money. It's not just that. It's like when you hit one of these big cities, you make a noise.
Exactly.
If the terrorist attacks smash into Springfield, blah blah blah, with a population of
20.
A population of 1,000. Chances are they're only killing about 5 of them.
5 of them, you know what I mean?
Because they're so spread out. Anyway,
exactly. You're like,
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like, oh, and makes it bad. The government probably just sweep it under the rug. Like, yeah,
really
wasn't a terrorist
fast.
attack.
Like,
It
okay,
was just like,
so
oh, plane had issues and
plane just
crashed.
issue. It's
You
okay.
know,
You know what I mean?
so
But
because
when you
believe me, the government is good on covering stuff up because they
all
don't
day
want they
long,
don't want the stock
all
market
day
to
long.
crash and stuff. There's a lot of
So
things.
that's what I mean. That's what I think. That's why this whole thing with COVID, right? The stock market was going down, and they needed a distraction from the true issue at hand, right?
Right,
Like, so yeah, COVID is real. I'm not saying COVID because I got people got affected, family and friends that got
right,
affected. But what I'm saying, they made it a bigger issue because the stock market is doing shit, and it's been doing shit for this year. And it was how can I say, it was at that point where the pivot needed to go down because it was pivoting, but now he needed to decline. And that's just the mark of any civilization. Within 10 to 12 years, the stock market always crash because you
right,
reach a peak point where it can't go anymore. You understand? Yeah, people are making trillions and trillions of dollars. Where else are they gonna go? So you got to come back down.
right.
So this is just my conspiracy theory. This got nothing to do with anything. You know what I mean? But to go back to what we were talking about, like after watching all of these videos and after seeing all of this madness over the course of the 24 hours, because it's not even 24 or 48 hours,
Right.
it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot of, it's so much to deal with at this point where you just kind of like, you go numb. And I was like, you know what we should do? We should just take 72 hours of silence, right? Just 72 hours. You talk to your family, of course, but you don't talk to any outside pocket of your family and your friends. You just take a break, a mental break.
Right.
You understand? And I think that's what we need. We need a reset because I think that the the black delegation, the black people, we are the brown people. We are struggling to cope with all this madness. You know what I mean?
It's crazy because uh, you know what? Let's just leave it where you left it at. Let's
Yeah.
go into some other stuff because it, it- let's
Let's
go
get off
into
of the
what
bull. Let's get over the bull.
let's get over this bull right here. Let's go in the muck though, and
Oh,
let's start with the first thing. So I'm experiencing this personally. It's back to school, and it's back to school for it's the fall for most of us. The fall started, and
from the
there's
south.
yeah, but yeah, it was some majority of there's another part of the country that starts after Labor Day.
Yeah, like New York
So
and northern states, they start
no,
till
until after Labor Day,
September. Yeah, after
right?
Labor Day. Yeah.
So so school started, and it's my kids are completely 100% virtual. This is something they
Yeah.
did since March.
Hmm.
So before the school ended, they went virtual. This year they're pretty much on the same, but they tightened it up.
Oh,
My kids, lucky for us, our kids are in a good school where technology is something they're not afraid of dealing with.
perfect. Yeah.
So with that said, uh, there is some issues because now I'm home
Yeah.
and like sometimes they need like photos taken to be uploaded to something, and
Yeah.
then most times like there's an issue. Like even this morning, there was like something was they use Zoom for the video chats, and there was like some kind of weird issue. They use a portal to get to Zoom, and
It
Zoom
glitching.
even had an issue this week. Zoom
What?
crashed.
Too many schools,
Too many,
man.
too many
Come on,
schools.
it's too many schools. They
Zoom
cannot
couldn't
they
handle
can
it.
handle it, man.
And it's crazy because Zoom is backed by AWS, and AWS, I think even making sure like, hey, we're gonna help you keep up, but they crash.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how that happened, but they fixed it within that day. But you know, it is different. Um, I have two kids who are in school, and my wife is also home, and she has video chats. So it gets to the one point that we like all four of us on Zoom at home. You know,
Yeah.
there are times when that happens. All four of us on Zoom at one time, and
You guys
you
are
know,
fully virtual.
fully
Fully
virtual.
virtual.
So my whole thing was like, all right, one, I had to upgrade my internet.
Oh, so you got the fastest speed?
I just yeah, I did a little bump, did a fast speed, and two, I had to go to unlimited data because I used to have a cap,
Okay.
and
So
so I had to cough up the money for the unlimited data because
she's like,
in the beginning of COVID, they said, hey, we'll waive the data fees, when you go over, and we went over. Boy, we went
oh.
over. I was like, woo, like, yeah, you guys gonna pay for this one, huh?
Yeah.
That's
So,
good.
thank you.
But they said like, come after July, no more. I'm like, oh, you bastard.
Yeah, because they're like, man, these people, that the amount of money that
The data caps are
bastards.
unnecessary. They know that. They
Yeah,
don't. They know it's unnecessary. It's just for them to not let people go over, and there's another way for them to charge for something, right? They raise the data cap, and then they like don't go over this, and of course we wouldn't go over it because it's just how it is. Everything is online. Everything is streaming. Data cap is unnecessary, and the problem is that you need basically internet, and the they are regional monopolies on internet. So based on where you live at, chances are you only have one, maybe two options, and the second option is so different from the first option. There's not really much competition, and you'll be lucky if you live in an area where there is some kind of competition, so that way you get a better pricing and you get a better service on things. But because there's not, we get screwed. The next option is to get the government to make it a utility, but then again, our government kind of sucks at stuff like this.
Yeah,
So
that's
I don't want the government touching my internet because then they'll watch me a little closer than that I'm comfortable with, and then on top of that, they will suck at it. I don't think our government doesn't do good with infrastructure and a lot of other things. So um, I'm not a component of letting the government make it a utility that it just need it just we just need to get rid of these regional monopolies. Like there has to be a better way to let more companies into the space, so that way the
and
competition.
well, that's the thing about South Florida, right? South Florida is so monopolized by you have FPL, the entire South Florida FPL,
Right, but
right? Then
you do have a choice now, right? Because they passed a
who
law. But yeah,
to
like who?
who
There is
who
another company.
is there
I
is
just
there
never.
is
I heard of them one time.
oh, is
Like
there a crackhead outside right now giving that? I give you energy, baby. I got it. I got you. I mean,
right,
that gonna last for a week, Gene.
right. There's another company. I don't know. I can't remember the name for them for craps and stuff like that. But what it did do is it helped bring down the FBL bills a little bit because now FBL knows
That's only
is
in Orlando. I know the company. It's
no. There's another company down here.
that
There's
that's
another
down south. That's down
down south.
here.
Yeah, down here.
Man, you tell me
It's
that
not a
name.
big
I'm
company.
joining them tomorrow. Like,
You
what?
don't want to join. I don't think you
I'm
want
not.
to join
I'm
them.
not. I was just talking crap. You know what I mean?
and
But
then the whole thing is that they open it up so that way solar companies can be down here. So if you have the money for equipment and everything, you can actually do the solar. And then Elon Musk, one of his companies, does the whole battery thing. So
yeah.
they opened it up, and that did kind of force FEL to drop the prices a little bit, or at least make it manageable and stuff like that. I think
Yeah,
they
man.
make things more
Listen,
automated.
man. I was in a house. I was in an apartment by myself, and my FBL bill. I'm like, I'm barely home, and my FBL bill was like 80 to $100. I'm like, who the hell is home? Like, who the hell is here when I'm not here? Someone is really watching TV. I have my fridge door open, turn on all the lights. What the hell? FBL is just ridiculous because they monopolized down here, man. They monopolized down here. And then Xfinity was like the big boy down here for a long time. You know what I mean? And then AT&T was down here. So all these jerks, I'm gonna call them jerks, just destroying Florida's ecosystem with their monopolization. That's my word. Don't steal it. Monopolizations and their damn lies. FPL Can't stand them. Anyways, this ain't about them.
Yeah, it is crazy. But oh, just a quick quote from LeBron James.
Mhm.
Uh, Fuck this man. We demand change. Sick of it. That's a quick
Yeah.
quote from LeBron James on Twitter. I'm just
Oh man, listen,
uh,
Milwaukee Buck just decided to boycott Game 5 tonight. That's breaking news. Breaking
wow.
news right now, Gene. Breaking
We're
news.
breaking it
We're
live,
breaking it
people.
live to y'all, people. Listen,
This is
listen,
some real shit.
listen, listen. There has to be change. Like
Yeah.
I'm not talking about we gonna come in. Listen, okay. If there's a racist person listening right now, I want to just give you 5 seconds. I'm gonna explain something really simple to you. Really simple. I'm just gonna say this once. Motherfucker, we didn't choose to be black. Okay? A sperm was delivered, and this is what came out. Sperm was delivered, and you came out. You didn't have the option. We didn't have the option. But what makes us great is our differences. The reason why the world is what the world is, beyond this bullshit right now, the reason why the world is so amazing is because all of us are one fucking thing that work together. We could create whatever. That's all I'm leaving it as, man. The more divided you think you are, who do you think invented guns? You know what I mean? If you have Chinese people gunpowder, you think that it was you? No. All the stuff that you guys have was invented by someone with a dark complexion or a tan complexion. You understand? And I'm not taking away from any great white inventors. I'm not taking away from anyone, but most of the inventions that made it better were from people that look like me, right? So for 5 seconds, people, get over yourself. Like, yeah, Hitler tried. He tried. He tried to wipe out a shitload of people who he felt they were inferior to. But Hitler was a friggin' Jew himself as well, too. So that made no sense. He didn't look like nothing he was preaching. Blue eyes, blonde hair. Hitler was brown eye, dark hair. Hitler was short with a pouty belly. Come on, man. Wake up. Wake up. See that people just lied to you. Then you watching Birth of a Nation. Dude, that film was made over 100 years ago by some dumbass. Understand? Birth of a Nation is the dumbest thing ever. Look at it. There's white guys dressed in black people clothes, painting themselves black, running around in the woods, talking about, we gonna get you. Come on, man. I watched it. It was comedical. It was dumb. If you let that brain wash you to let you believe that I'm going to walk into your house, I don't want your wife. I don't want your girl. She got nothing I want. And I'm not disrespecting any beautiful white ladies out there. I'm just saying that hey, listen, I love y'all ladies. I love ladies of all colors and all creed and all sizes. But I don't want your wife, bro. I don't. And 90% of the black dudes don't want you. You know what we want? We just want to live, be able to take care of our children, be able to feed ourselves, be able to go party, have fun. You know what I mean? Be able to buy a nice car and drive it and not feel like, oh my God, I can't drive down the street because if I drive down the street, I'm gonna be harassed by a cop because they feel like I shouldn't have this car. I want the same freedom you want. You want to be able to carry a gun and be free with your gun and go hunt deers and shit. That's your thing, man. Go do it. No black man is in the woods right now telling you, hey man, you can't do that. Leave them bears alone. Ain't no black man tell you that. You understand? So for 5 minutes, give us a break, bro. Let us live. You know what I mean? Let's enjoy the utopia that we could create together. Watch Star Trek. Watch Star Trek, bro. Watch Star Trek. See how we work and how we could build something greater. Just for 5 minutes. Leave that bullshit alone. Get to know a black person. You work around here, you're watching too much freaking Fox News. They telling you about bullshit, about being afraid. Someone's coming to get you. Who's coming to get these rich people on Fox? No one. They fucking with your head so they can keep their views up and you keep them spending the money. Come on, man. Think for yourself for 5 minutes, man. Wake the fuck up. All right, I'm done, Gene. Sorry, I had to go around for 2 seconds. Back to
That
in the
Chef Kirk, let me just rant, was brought to you by Chef Kirk at Work. Please visit chefkirkatwork.com and you'll get to find some recipes and some delicious meals.
Delicious book, man. Pick that up real quick. You know what I mean?
All right, so back over to In the Muck. We lost track, but we was talking about back to school.
Yeah.
So truth be told, my kids, it's a change. was a change that we're kind of getting used to quite quickly because we went through it already. A lot of the parents are like, I know that some parents have their kids in some kind of daycare that's open because they have to go back to work. I know some other parents have their kids at a Boys and Girls Club and stuff. So like, there's like other places opening up that have tables and desks, and as long as your kid has a laptop and headphones, they can pretty much go to school in these other places. That I think they keep them social distance and everything. They provide meals and all that for them. Because if you have to go back to work, you have to go back to work, but the schools can't open. You know, they don't just they just can't support these kids the way they could if it wasn't. But you got to think about it. In most classrooms, the kids are a little less than a few, a few feet, like two feet, apart. So they can't be, they can't go back to school. Now, we did hear about the two kids who got temporarily suspended for taking photos in their high school and stuff like that. That was funny.
Yeah, I mean, those schools were bugging though. I mean, the hallways were packed to capacity.
No mask,
no mask, no policy of masks. Okay, like they didn't say, okay, let's take turn. Like the bell ring once, these 3 classes can leave. The bell ring twice, these 3 classes can leave to go into the next. You know what I mean? There was nothing of that nature.
It was like regular day of school.
Random, like, let's go, Billy. I'm like, dude, listen,
man.
And that's what the spread of that coronavirus hit that school hard. You understand?
Like it hit crazy. Hard.
Like I know this is not on the list, but even Usain Bolt, right? Usain Bolt was having his birthday party over the weekend. Like great party. I was watching it on Insta. I was watching the live because I follow a lot of the artists or whatever the case.
Oh, so he was having a party. I heard
he was having his birthday party. Birthday party.
And didn't give a damn.
His birthday party. And I'm looking, and as I was watching it, I was like, man, there's a lot of people in there that look like they got corona. That's what I'm saying to myself as I'm watching all these snaps, right? And I'm not laughing because I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, there's a lot of people out here with no masks on, and and the corona is going on. What's going on with these people? Then all of a sudden on Tuesday, news that break that Usain Bolt, they put Kevin Hart picture on the picture. I forgot to say that one. Dude, that was MSNBC. You did that one. That was the win of the year right there. They that was the win.
Every black people look alike.
All black people look alike. Just throw Kevin Hart on it. It's okay. They look alike. I'm like, Kevin Hart is the one that tweeted, was like, man, listen, I'm about to challenge everybody in a race right now. I'm gonna bet ridiculous amount of money. Because it's not the fastest guy in life. So he at least has some humor to it, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it was like I thought it was just a joke Kevin Hart did, you know what I mean? But then, of course, as I started looking and start researching, because you know what I mean, I'm like Usain Bolt, I'm looking, that's my man's or whatever the case may be. I'm like, holy shit. And then he did a little public service announcement that he did a test, and he come to find out that he did have corona. And you know what I mean? But everyone at that party need to quarantine. So everyone needs to
be told he's not the only athlete. So there was a tennis player who I think missed the US Open.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. He had a big party with a whole bunch of other tennis players and athletes and stuff like that. And he came down with corona. So you think Usain Bolt would have heard that, right?
And be like, I'm good.
I'm good,
I'm good. Like I just social distance. I might not have a little get together, but with just core amount of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. My core
people. Private dinner with that core. You can only bring your wife, or you can bring your side chick, or you can bring your mistress, or you can bring your mister. You know what I mean? Whatever. But the core dinner, like you know what I mean? It's something nice and
keep
elegant.
it small. Yeah.
Yeah, but I have a big party.
It's a way to have a good time without a gang of people around.
And this is what these people think. They think that, because they live a certain lifestyle, that they're immune to certain things.
Right.
You are a human being, just like the rest of us, and you have an ability that allow you the potential to gain a lot of money. And there's nothing wrong with what you have done. But understand in this situation, when the government is telling you like, hey, there's cases increases in our small little island. Our island is small. If Jamaica have a surge of corona break right now, because it's 100 or something people that was reported over the weekend. So if they have even another 200, that's way too much. The 100 is way too much.
Right.
imagine that island getting a surge. They can't handle the debt. They can't. It's physically, they can't. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And that's a sidebar that I didn't put in. I forgot to put that in the muck. You know what I mean? So
it's all good. But going back to the schools, so I know, was it Carolina University, Carolina State? They shut down. They opened up. Like, hey, we're gonna have some classes. And they
really quick.
Shut down.
Shut down really quick.
It's like, yeah, we're going all virtual. But we're gonna have football. We're
gonna have football. Football, definitely gonna have football. But you know what I mean? But they have to. I mean, like, come on, all these schools they want the money, because again, you gotta pay big money to go to these colleges and universities. Right. You know what I mean? Like, right now, the biggest thing for you and your family is the light bill and internet. Those are the biggest major costs, and of course time, because now you got to spend a lot of time because you got to help the children now. Okay, hold on, let me want to go fax this or print this for you or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Because they're not completely independent yet. You know what I mean? But that's over time. You give them another couple of months. They're over needing Dad, I'm good. I got it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's over time. But when you look at a major college who just want money, like seriously, these are college students.
I'm kind of thinking there's a little trick going on, right? So some of it is like based on the governors, because some of the governors want these universities to be open.
Yeah.
And maybe some of the universities like, okay, we open up for a week. If there's no cases or very minimal cases, we'll stay open. But we get hit, we'll shut it all down. We're all good. We still get the money, right? But the money from these state public colleges and stuff like that, they come from the state government.
State government, yeah.
So
dollars too.
It like I know there's a university that I'm fairly close with that's near me. This is their first week, so they're getting opened up, and it's like all wait and see now.
And that's a party school right there. I know the school. It's a
party school. So I think it might be a little different for them because not too many students are actually going. Right? Because I check out. I'm on their Reddit and stuff like that. I keep a good close eye. I over there. I'm very close to that university, but if they have a breakout, it won't be surprised if they shut it down. University of Miami, they seem like they're not worried about it. One, it's not a University of Miami. Truth be told, it's not a huge campus. It's not a big campus at all. It's a private university. They only have so many people there, and the president is a former health person. I forgot. Health doctor or something like that. He specializes in pandemics. Put it that way. And they have like a strict plan. They have testing going all types of places. And to be told, they probably do have certain courses like, hey, if these things can go virtual, they're going virtual. The ones like University of Miami is really about medical than anything. That's the majority. So the people who need to show up for that, they probably have like, hey, these are the classes available. They probably have more of those classes available, so you can physically go there, but they like spread out throughout the day and night. So I guarantee they will probably stay open throughout this whole thing with no issues. Just throw it out there. Miami Dolphin Stadium, the Dolphin Stadium, will be allowing games this season. 13,000 capacity. So that's a little less than about 15-20% of the stadium. So
tickets are like first come, first serve type of thing.
Well, the season pass, they have a strict rule. If you don't Tom Garn, I forgot his name, but the person in charge of the stadium put up these rules like, if you don't want to wear a mask, this is not for you. Straight up. If you don't want to follow by the rules, it's not for you. If you want to tailgate, this is not for you. Because they're doing things a certain way.
They're just locking it down.
They're locking it down. Like, hey, don't even try to come out here trying to be like, oh, I'm not wearing my mask.
Yeah, it's so cool. Like, I'm not too sure if you saw it. They have like a movie night thing.
Where they do a movie night thing.
That was pretty dope. Yeah.
Before it was like you can drive in the field and watch it, and then you can watch it from the outside as well. But they got rid of the drive-in movies. Now they got to get ready to play football on that field. They have the college and they have college and NFL on that field.
Yeah.
So I was really, truth be told, I was kind of hoping for college to take us backseat at least for the fall. and then let NFL do Saturday and Sunday during the week. That would have been
Yeah.
awesome. And
No,
I'm a more of an NFL guy than a college fan, but I do like I like the Hurricanes in Florida State and Florida. I like watching them play.
I like watching them play, but I don't like their politics. And we already talked about this, so I'm not going to go. Don't
So
get me
we're not gonna dig
passionate
into
about it. I'm not going to dig into it. All I'm saying is for college sports, bastards. Anyways, back to
well, let's go on to the next topic because
the next topic. Oh God.
that's also still in the muck is about Mega Stallion, Meg Stallion and Tory Lanez. She came out with more details about what happened and some of the fears. If you don't know, Tory Lanez shot her in the foot, or I think both foot, and he's getting threatened to be deported, or I'm not sure that's a real threat or not. But generally, I won't be surprised if he is because there's another guy who got. It's a history of artists being deported when they commit crimes, serious crimes at least.
Slick Rick, they got deported.
There's another artist too.
There's
21 Savage.
Yeah, he got deported as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, the reason why it's taking this long is because Megan. I give her respect. The reason why I give her props is because not only did she not snitch on him right then and there when she first got shot, she was willing to try to keep it quiet. And only reason why she even came out and said anything, because I watched our whole thing. She was on our Instagram the other day, and she was talking about how she wasn't even going to mention this thing because she didn't want the ramification behind what would have happened. You know what I mean? Right. And she was like, one of the reasons why she didn't say anything to the cops at that moment, because she was like, there's a gun, we're black, and everything that's going on in the world. Imagine, right. Me telling them I got shot. These cops are gonna kill all of us.
Yeah.
You understand?
Shoot the wrong person. It's a real fear.
It's a real fear. You understand? It's a real fear. Like, and it's crazy because I love watching her and I was like, man, she's at that status in her career. One of the hottest female rapper out at this present moment in this genre, right? And she's afraid to tell the cops that she got shot in the leg because she's afraid that the cops might turn around and kill her.
Right. And kill other people there.
Bullshit?
Right.
And that's some bullshit. So not only did this lady get shot by some clown rapper, like, you know what I mean, for what? An argument, because she was walking away from the argument and he didn't like what she was saying, so he shot her in the leg. Like, bruh, come on, man, you ain't a man, dude. You know what I mean? You don't do that to a lady, man. Like,
Yosemite Sam. You remember Yosemite Sam?
Yosemite Sam.
Little short guy just shooting at the ground.
Yeah, that's a good analogy, bro. He is Yosemite Sam, dog. But the problem is he suck. He can't shoot. He shot he shot her. He's supposed to be shooting around her like Yosemite Sam do.
Right? He's supposed to be shooting around her. So he shot her. You idiot.
The damn idiot, bro. Like, poor.
Yeah, but I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's one of those things. I can respect the reasoning. Yeah. And it's crazy that being shot, you thought about. I think really she thought about, hey, if I call the police and the police come out here, I can get killed.
Yeah.
Like that's, and not just me, like some other people that she cared about that was with her can get killed. Yeah. Because police is just gonna come out there, guns blazing, black person come out there.
You heard them all.
Like, get on the ground. People get on the ground and you shoot them anyway.
You shoot them anyway.
That's the type of stuff that happens.
And that's a sad thing, right? That's a sad nature that we're in right now. That this guy not only, listen, Tory Lane, you a bitch for shooting a lady in the feet. You understand? That's an asshole move. That's not a bitch move. That's an asshole move. And I'm sorry for cursing on this podcast today, but that's an asshole move, man. Like I got sisters and I got nieces, and any dude that do that to any of my family members or friends, I'm gonna beat his ass. You understand? And any dude that's defending this dude, this is the lady, and you understand? This is the female. This is we're supposed to be here protecting our ladies, right? Right. That's what we're supposed to be. Like, yo, if you ever disagree with her, you talk to her. Okay, yo, mom, what's good? Sometimes, you get angry, walk away from the situation, but you shoot her in the leg, bro. all the stuff that's going on in the world, and you're not seeing none of that. Like you turn the TV on, you ain't see none of that. You don't see none of that. None of that matters to you. That does nothing to you. Nothing matters to you. That's what you're telling everybody when you shot her. Because if you're willing to shoot her, then who should care if a cop kill a regular black guy then? Right. That's how that resonated in my mind. You understand? If you're willing to shoot this black lady, then it's an open season. It's open season. Because y'all celebrities, we put you out on a pedestal so you guys could elevate the standards of what our lives should be or what we were trying to achieve. But if you're doing dumb shit, you know what I mean? It ain't ghetto, it's dumb shit. And I hate when people say, oh, it's ghetto. No, that's not ghetto, that's dumb shit. Because ghetto mother lovers don't play that way. People in the ghetto don't play that way. You don't shoot at nobody's feet in the ghetto. You understand? Unless you want to disappear tomorrow. That's how it works. You know what I mean? That's just dumb shit, ignorant shit.
It's all good. Let's all respect to Mega Stallion. So let's move on. We do have a win of the week. Ooh, and you might be a little surprised about that. The winner of the week goes to the Republican convention. The lineup. I didn't see the full lineup, but I did. Truth be told, I don't pay attention to any of the conventions. I did pay more attention on this year than all the past years. The Democratic conventions had some hiccups, and I think the Republicans seen those hiccups, so it was able to make sure they don't have the same hiccups. The one night, the senator, the black senator, the Republican, man, they was pushing the black vote so hard, and he made some points there. But then again, it is Trump who I am clearly blaming a lot of this extra race tension going on in America, because he's giving the power to these people. Melania spoke last night. I'm always find Melania as a funny first lady because you barely hear from her, and when you hear from her, you get reminded that she is an immigrant who take on this bullshit, who doesn't hold this guy's hand and pull her hand away. Like, she makes her point on this shit. But she did make a good point. Clearly she didn't write her speech, but she did make her a good point in the speech that she read, or but she got a teleprompter. The speech that she read.
Hello, this is Melania. I was like, dude, don't you know your name? I was dying.
The main reason why the people who voted for Trump, one of the main reasons when people who voted for Trump was that he's not a politician. So he's not going to be a clean politician type of guy. So you have to take his errors into, he's not going to do what politicians generally do, So he's going to make a lot of mistakes. The problem is that
these mistakes are deadly, though, Gene. It's too deadly.
It's not just that. It's like, these are not the type. Like, this position doesn't. You shouldn't be making the type of mistake he's making.
Not in this. It's too big. It's
too big of a position for. I believe if you're a celebrity who wants to become a politician, you should go the route of like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You become governor.
Governor first.
Become a senator or something.
I mean, understand. Learn the steps. Now take steps. Like, you can't jump to the
do your 4 to 6 years before you go running towards it. So then you have a better understanding.
It's
you just
like
jump
this.
in there.
Think about it like this. Like, it's like me going into the NFL right out of middle school. Like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Middle school, first game. You know what I mean? Let's go. I'm gonna get freaking killed. You understand? In middle school to pro. I don't care how fast you are. Look at the fastest little kid. I don't care how fast you are, how great you are against little 8-year-olds or whatever the case may be. But when you go up against some real issues, and that's what Trump faced, real issues, because these are life or death issues, right? The reason why these people can run around and feel threatened and kill people because of his action. Right. He's not, hey, listen, guys, calm the fuck down. Take a deep breath. You understand?
Right.
Take a deep breath for a second. what's really the issue? This
And
is just
then
based. You know what I'm saying?
and I think another thing is that he realized that his bases were these other people, and instead of just like shooting them down or pushing them away, he's like, hey,
Embracing them.
I'm embracing because I want to get reelected.
Yeah,
Right.
dude. Everyone that he had on this platform, on this, in this convention that
Well,
opened the night.
it's not his convention. It's a Republican.
It's a Republican, but but still, he's still everyone
Yeah,
that they had.
he's
You understand? Everyone
right.
they had was someone that had issues with everything that's going on right now, and they should have not been there. Someone should have had knowledge in their mind, like yo. Let me not have the husband and wife who had their gun out there looking like a bunch of crazy mother lovers. Let's not have them. You understand? Right. Let's just take them off the stage. Yeah, I mean, okay, right. We can have this person because it wasn't that too controversial, but these people were controversial. They had.
I would say Trump pushed that, right? Because he's like these are my type of supporters.
That's correct.
Let's bring them on here. I'm the president.
I want them.
It is crazy about this Republican Party. It is. And it's not just that. Just to give you, let's step back for a second. I know now I'm going off a little off topic, but Trump, when Trump was running, he had one of the best. And she's stepping down. She's stepping down right after this Republican convention. Mm-hmm. I can't think of her name right now, but she's 100% behind. Well, she claims to be 100% behind Trump. She helped get Trump elected. She is still on, well, at the point in time until the end of this, pretty much Thursday, she is, she's an important figure in Trump's campaign. Mm-hmm. Her husband is the person behind the Lincoln Project. So if you don't know what the Lincoln Project is, the Lincoln Project is the Republican against Trump, pretty much. Mm-hmm. But it's the Lincoln Project been around for years. Yeah. Even well before Trump. They go on a different tangent to what the Republican Party is now. Yeah. They actually really started like right before the Tea, or I think right around the Tea Party, because they went away from what the Tea Party is. Like, hey, no, this is not the type of Republican Party we want.
Yeah, we're looking for,
What is this lady's name? Her husband pretty much runs that.
Yeah, I know that, but I can't remember their name either. So,
what happened was that the daughter out them both.
Ooh.
That daughter out them both big time. So pretty much Trump.
What happened?
So pretty much Trump said like, "Hey, I need to win this election. You need to get the hell out of here." But you can go ahead and stick around to after the Republican convention, whatever. Her husband pretty much got kicked out, or was like, "Hey, you all right? It's time for you to get out of here." So if you think about it, because of their daughter, who they both couldn't control, but they both making hands over money on both ends here.
Yeah, because one is controlling this, the other one is controlling that.
That, right?
I mean, it's perfect.
And your daughter out the mouth like, this is bullshit what you guys are doing, and stuff like that. and
it's just like, if I can't make no money, you can't make no money.
Well, it's not even about making money. She's like,
I know, I'm talking shit.
She's young and she's tired. She's really tired of the bullshit going on in their family. And it's not like they're arguing with each other. Like the husband and wife are not arguing with each other on different sides or nothing. It's like she sees that America is coming to a boiling point, and these people are kind of help causing this. They have their hands in this, and all they're doing is getting super rich off of this shit. So it's crazy.
I want to know this, right? I want to know, okay, after you burn the whole country down, you burn the whole world down, where are you going to live?
Well, you burn the country down, the world will live.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the world would live, but where would you live if you burn the whole world down? Because it's not the country, it's the whole world. The whole world is aflame.
If you're white, you go to Europe.
Yeah, you're white, you go to Europe, but Europe is on fire right now. Look at Belarus. Belarus, they're kidnapping people and freaking beating their asses. That's another story.
London is okay. You're white. London, you're okay. Paris, you're okay.
London is always in an uproar every 5 minutes. As soon as them
but you're still. It's uproar for certain classes, right?
Yeah.
It's not uproar for the super rich. You don't have to go to even London. If you're a rich white person, you burn America down because you feels a greed. You're running you flying on your private jet to go to. You don't have to go to Europe or anything. You
You
can go
go
to your
anywhere you
private
go, private
island.
island. Yeah, I
You know,
guess so.
you go to Switzerland.
Yeah, you go to
You're
Swiss because
super
it's
rich
nice
and you're
over
white.
there.
You know what I'm saying? You're pretty much
Yeah,
you already made up your mind to say oh, fuck the world, right?
yeah,
So it doesn't really matter where you go. You know, you can go fucking buy Epstein's island and
yeah.
shit
Pretty much,
and chill the
turn
fuck
and
out.
chill the hell off. I guess so. Like
You know,
fuck, man. It's like I'm just like, what's the agenda? You burn the world down for riches and for
right? And
money,
then
and then
people also say like, oh, if America comes down, the stock market, the world economy. Yeah, the world economy. There's countries who depend on America. They'll fall down, but guess what? People keep forgetting China's in 2025. China should
China.
be leading us now. And
Exactly. You know what I mean?
that's what it's gonna look like. 2025. You're talking about 5 years
Listen,
from now. China should become the number one world dominating economy.
well, 5 years from now, I am
From
half Chinese, so I'll be right there in China. Okay.
so
You're
you
my
better get your
Chinese brother.
Mandarin up.
You know what I mean?
You better get your
I
Mandarin.
got a
Oh,
little
I don't
something,
know, but
something. I got a
yeah.
little something. She, me. I mean, I got it. I got this. Trust me, I
So
got this. I've been practicing. I watch a lot
and
of.
China has their own stock market and stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
and don't forget about India, who's
Who's
suddenly become
second?
who's suddenly
A
I don't
boss in the game.
they're starting to become some kind of Silicon Valley because a lot of companies are investing in them. You
Yeah,
know,
because I mean, think about it, man. Most of the Indian
for
people
years they've
focus
been
on technology. They've been
right.
focusing on the tech side of things. You know what
Yeah,
I
they've
mean?
been focusing on the tech side of things to help America. Now
While
they're
America is worrying about what? American people is worried. The crazy rednecks is worrying about my skin color. Instead of not watching that, the rest of the world is taking us over. Dumbasses, wake up! This ain't gonna be the powerful country no more, man. This is gonna
right,
be the country that everybody want to leave. You understand? No,
right.
no people gonna try building a wall to keep us out. You understand? Because the bottom line is we don't want to wake up. We want to still. Why are we still facing racism in 2020? I'm sorry, but all topics come back to this question because you know why? The reason why China is taking us over, the reason why India is taking us over is
Oh,
because
we got a minute for India takes us over.
I know, but China's taking us over in
Well,
5 years.
China's taking us over because of global what's it called?
The global crisis,
global market economy, and
yeah, because
everything's made in China.
yeah, and everything is made in China because we don't want to make anything anymore. But then people are complaining about, oh, they're taking our jobs. No, you gave your job up, player. You know what I mean?
It's a couple of things, right? So the problem is that okay, there's something else. We might not get to the other topics today, so we might just this might
Yeah, we
be
spend. Yeah, this is gonna be right here. This
might
gonna
be
be right
going
here. We
on.
could end the next 10 minutes. We could end off with this bad boy. It's a good note. I mean, we're not talking about anything that got me heated. We talk. It's a light conversation, Gene. This is the convo. Light convo, Gene.
All right.
Convo. Okay. All right. So go ahead. What were you saying about China?
All right. So there is a big company in China. Okay, if you gotta understand China's economy. China is a whole bunch of pretty much warehouses if you think about it. And what China did is kept open up these factory districts. They opened up these districts to create economy and create districts. Because of this, over years they are able to grow. Then the next step was to because they're not going to take up all the space in China. They know they had to go outside of China, so they start doing a lot of stuff in Africa. If you go to Africa, parts of Africa, there's tons of Chinese people. There's tons of factories now being built there.
Jamaica too.
In Jamaica,
right down the street.
They're spreading out now. So and then they're creating roads. They built out railways. They're building. They're building. China is now building. It's like instead of going out and conquering, like going out and just causing wars and taking over places, what they're doing is taking their money. It's like, hey, your economy is shit. Let us help you out.
Let's help you. We got you.
We'll build these factories over here. We'll get your people employed.
Yeah.
Guess what they're doing now? They're building this shit in America.
Yeah.
So these factories who are opening up in America, who are getting Americans to work for them, right? Because America can't do it because truth be told, Americans won't the thought idea was America won't work for minimum wage to or below minimum wage to get create these products. That's not a fact because these people are going to pay you minimum wage because most of the stuff they're going to do is going to use automated machines at factories, and then for them to even get there's a whole I got to send you to, or I'll drop in the show notes. There's a whole thing where they this company built a factory. They're getting it tax free. Like if anyone knows about the Amazon, when Amazon looking for new headquarters or whatever, they're getting tax free property, right?
Yeah,
They're getting a whole bunch of resources. Like they're giving up, like these states, counties,
these states
and
pay them to become there. They pay them to
move there because they know, like, hey, you build your factory here, you're gonna supply all these workers with money. And not just that, you're making a lot of people move here. So now they have to buy new houses. You're going to build the economy around this factory. And guess what? Property values are now going up. Property values going up. It's going all back to the city, state, and which is a kind of smart thing to do, right? Why pay? It's capitalist thing to do. Why pay? If I own a factory, why should I pay the taxes here? Where I can go somewhere else where I don't have to pay no taxes. I can give out, I can promise to give out 500 jobs, and the 500 people who are now working and living here are not going to pay the taxes.
I'm not going to pay the taxes for me for the next couple of years.
For the next couple of years. So you should love that I'm here. And then if you decide to change your mind, guess what? I'm going to shut down this factory. Go somewhere else.
Who want me? You know what I mean? Like that's why you have all these big abandoned buildings all around.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They come and go.
They come and go because you want to be greedy. Nah, I want You want to play ball?
You don't want to play ball? And guess what? Some of your people are going to move too.
Exactly.
And you'll lose out.
And they take the best of the best always leave.
Exactly. Always hey, these out of these 500, these 200 or maybe 100 people
are coming with me.
And then these people are the highest paid. They're gonna sell their houses or just like leave them.
Abandon it. Yeah.
No property taxes, no nothing. Guess what? Everyone else who's living there don't have no jobs. That's what's gonna happen to them. It's property
taxes go down, property kicks in.
Being a business owner or in creating goods, especially goods like products, is a big deal when it comes down to it in America.
That's what I'm trying to get done here. That's what I'm pushing. Buy my sauces, people. I'm trying to employ Americans, man. I'm not paying you minimum wage. Forget that $8 bullshit. I'm paying you straight good money. Buy my sauces.
The Republicans are all about that life.
Yeah, that's why I'm a Republican by heart. I'm a Republican by heart. All about that life. But I'm a Kirk by nature. But I'm a Republican.
But at the same time, Joe is also kind of about that life. But he's a
Republican. He's just a Republican that says he's Democrat.
Yeah.
Him and Trump is the same person. Nothing different. You don't get to say it's the same person, just less crazy. Well, just
less crazy and more of a politician.
More politician crazy, right? Not
and I believe
people crazy.
I believe he would handle the whole COVID stuff a lot better than Trump.
A lot better. Like this whole thing would have gone on. We wouldn't have none of this stuff.
The tension won't be as bad. Right. There'll still be black police and violence, but it won't be as bad. Like George Floyd, that would have still happened. It would still happen.
But it would have been handled differently.
It would have been handled differently, right?
They would have locked it down real quick before all this. The reason why these people feel like they can do stuff with the lights flashing in their faces because Trump allowed them to do what they do. And
you let these people, and to be told, like I kind of think too at this point in time, like if Joe wins, these people, you're just gonna piss these people off because they spent the last 4 years. They spent the last 4 years being empowered.
Yeah, and that's what they're afraid of. That's the reason why I think the tension is so high. Why I think that these they're letting out these crazy people who are out there in the street, shooting people, because they feel as if they're going to be losing some power.
Trump already put it in the air, like, hey, maybe we should have guards at voting places. Like you're already trying to stop the mail-in ballots. Now you're talking about policing the voting place. Like we all these years we had votes. This is the year you want to police it. Like why would you want to police? What do you think is gonna happen?
Your man is a psycho, bro. He's a psycho.
He's not a psycho. He's a genius. He's thinking. He's putting things in people's heads. Like, hey, there are going to be some voter frauds. We need people with guns out there. Who's going to scare off other people who don't want to be in that area, right? Like it's going to be people who's going to go out there and see people with guns, toting their guns, standing there with full military gear on, who are not the military,
who are not police officers. Who are just assholes.
And someone will be like, someone will see some black people like, nah, you can't vote here.
You can't vote here. You understand? And that's this is not the West. This is not the Wild Wild West. And this is goddamn sure not 1800s, 1700s. This is 2002.
And I guarantee there's going to be some places that, even that stuff like that happen, you call the police. The police ain't going to do shit.
Police ain't going to do shit.
So there's going to be some voter suppression. I still believe the mail-in ballots is the best way to go about it. Get the mail-in ballot and then drop it off. Because you can drop it off anywhere. You don't have to wait in line. You be in and out. And then you have to worry about. Only thing you have to worry about is make sure those ballots actually get to the place. Because there's another thing. If all the poll workers are pro-Trump, and they know that this area is a Democratic area.
That's the next thing.
That's the next
thing. So it's a double-edged sword, man. Like, in those small little cities, small little towns, you already know where they're gonna do, what they're gonna do. You understand?
Yeah, it's crazy altogether.
It's crazy, man. Like we're living in this crazy time. Like, but it's not new to me. And I wish that we can all wake up one day and we realize that we need each other, and together we're stronger.
Right.
Together, this thing look this much more pretty. You know what I mean? It does. Traveling the world, like, the super rich are enjoying life right now, right? The super rich don't give a shit about none of this. They fly above the crowd, right? They don't think about none of this. They pay their politicians, they pay the cops, so the cops leave them alone. And and the rest of us scramble for change, and we kill each other while we're scrambling for change.
My thing is that Trump should be. I forgot how long these conventions. They're generally 3 to 4 days long.
Yeah, that will be done by Thursday.
I think Thursday, right? So Trump's speech should become Thursday. I think the voting for the final votes today. So we hear from Pence today. So. I don't know why we need to hear from this guy, Pence. It should just skip his ass altogether.
He's such a dick. He don't say nothing.
He don't say nothing. He's so boring.
The whole entire 3 years, I think I probably saw him once. It's like, I'm like, where's this guy? Like, what does he do? I forgot that we had a vice president. I completely forgot until I think he did something about a corona mask, and I was like,
yeah, he's supposed to be in charge of the whole corona, and then next Trump's son-in-law was in charge of it.
He's an idiot.
Like it's that was, but I want to see how Trump's speech is. I want to hear that.
Yeah,
I want to know what's his tone's going to be like. If he's gonna pretty much be a call to arms, as I'm more afraid of. He's gonna make it more of a call to arms and stuff, because Joe's speech was fire. Joe's speech was so fire that Fox News be like, yeah, that was a very good speech.
And Fox don't give no compliments and no Democrats.
They didn't get no compliments for shit.
Democrats, dude.
They didn't have nothing bad to say about it or anything, right? So, and it was like it's not like you didn't hear like one person on Fox News say something bad about it. Yeah. They all across the board said people were surprised about it. That's maybe because Joe was like so shitty throughout this whole point, and then when he came to the speech, like it was so you didn't expect much, but his speech was so fire that you like maybe it wasn't even that fire. It was just good enough.
It was just good enough that it was like
he didn't stumble or anything. It became fire, right?
Yeah, so, they studied the shit out of that speech. You're like, Joe, you ain't gotta remember nothing else but this. Okay, remember this shit. Come on, Joe, you got
written
this.
by Obama.
You know, written by Obama. You know, it's Obama's speech.
Written by Obama for a white man's point of view.
You're damn right. You know what I mean? Like, dude,
So,
listen. But whatever.
But I'm more afraid of Trump's speech because Trump's speech might not be fire, but it might be more of a call arms.
It's going to be. If you feel that's the way it's going to be, because that is his niche.
It'd be wrong though, because of everything that's happening now.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care because
hence
you're
why
feeding him.
He's losing. He is losing some of his people. It's not a lie. He is losing some of them. He already called Fox News fake news, right?
Yeah, because they went in on his ass.
Yeah, they went on his ass and stuff like that. So he called Fox News fake news, and you do that. I don't think there's enough white supremacists to win them the vote, right?
Not fairly. Trump won't win this fairly. Like this. If Trump win, this would be a damn cheat. You understand?
I'm not gonna even say that because
I'm gonna say that
there's still plenty of people who are still. I don't know. There's still plenty of people still making good money right now, right? Who are loving the stock market, right? The stock market. It had a little falling in March and April, but that bad boy like jumped like the SAP. That it went to a record high ever, not too long ago. Like the market is doing so good during the COVID, even though yes, there's like restaurants and all these other places are closing down or struggling and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's just occupancy.
Right, that's like it's not just that. It's like you got to understand, like if you're a restaurant, if anyone who's worked in restaurants or understand restaurants, your profit margins are slim. So something like this happens, you could fold easily, especially if you wasn't you were struggling already, and then this happened, it pretty much shuts you down.
In restaurants, you're always struggling. You make your money as the day go in. Like every day is when you make your money. There's there's reserve if you're a big boy. If you're a small little mama spot shop, regardless, you don't have that luxury.
Right. You know then outside of that, it's like if you were a restaurant that you already had like a decent amount of takeout and stuff like that, maybe you was able to like flip it like 100% takeout, right? Like, all right, just takeout orders and only would let you do takeout, pick up, delivery. Maybe you hire some delivery drivers, you turn some of your servers into delivery drivers, or you set up the whole Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Postmates and stuff like that, so you can handle all that. But outside of that, yeah, I believe what it comes down to Trump is his speech from the win the election, because COVID's not going anywhere. I think it's going to be here well until elections, even after elections.
Breaking news, Gene. Seattle Mariners just decided not to play their game tonight against San Diego Padres. All right. Both Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants decided not to play in their game tonight for the same reason. For the police brutality.
See, this is not helping his campaign.
Yeah,
and I'm proud of these people.
The WNBA did it too as well, to sit out all their games tonight in protest of the police brutality.
Also, all the WNBA.
All the WNBA games.
Who's playing tonight in the NBA? Because I know the Milwaukee decided to forfeit. Like did they forfeit? They should have forfeited.
They not forfeit. They just postponed the game, man. Maybe just
okay. So it'll be smart on them for both teams. Like, hey, it's not play tonight.
Yeah.
Right. So, especially, man, I'm Kurt hit me with that before we got on. I didn't know about the protest shooting. Even now, even thinking about hearing these teams, like, man, how could this shit happen in the same area?
Like I watched a video of this kid like running through the city and
with a
gun, and the cops giving him leeway like over and over. Like they seen him.
It was a black person with a gun. They would have shot at him.
They would have shot him and
killed anybody else that was around.
Anybody else around, but they'd have sprayed their asses like they ain't nothing. You understand?
Right.
And this is a fact because because it's a protest going on and because their mindset is already set on this. So when you see this videos, and I challenge anyone to watch the video. Well, not anyone, because if you're a racist person, you see what you want to see. No matter what, people always are going to see what they want to see. You know what I mean? So I would not convince anyone to watch it and say, oh, you can see something. No. If you're a human being and you care about other people, you can literally watch this video and you can have a true, honest look within yourself and say, damn, that's fucked up. If you can't say that's fucked up, yeah, you gotta really evaluate yourself. Because if you can't see that's like, wow, that make you feel a way. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But then again, people watch George Floyd getting executed live in front of them, and they still were like, "What did he do?" So, you know.
Yeah, but I still was when I saw the guy get shot in the back. I was like, I need to hear the audio because I swear there's like one police officer says like, "Hey, just get in your car and go." The police officer who shot him 7 times, he should be arrested in jail. You shot him 7 times. His back was turned to you. One time maybe you know, but you saw him 7 times. Like the dude couldn't do anything, and his back was back to you. And there was children in the car. Like you literally killed, you literally affected those kids, but they saw the killer kill their father in front of them.
Yeah, no, he's not dead yet. He's alive.
Oh, he's not dead. He's alive.
Thank God, he's alive. Yeah, he's paralyzed.
I'm not gonna lie, he should be a rapper.
Huh? Yeah, he should be 50 cents. He should be 50 cents. 50 cents.
You know,
rap
only about injustice.
Injustice, but like, yo, they out here trying to lock us up, take our life, kill us twice. Oh yeah, call me trife. I don't know what to say. I'm just making up stuff.
You shoot a guy unarmed 7 times, and then there's a protest and a kid walking around with a gun, and he's shooting people. Right? He's shooting people. Like, I'm not gonna lie, even the police force, like this police force should be disbanded.
Yeah, it should be.
And I'm like, I know down in South Florida, we have these cities like Pompano used to have a police force. It was very grimy, they got rid of it. They put in, we have county sheriff, so the county sheriff is taking over Pompano, pretty much. So there's no like Pompano Beach police force anymore. There's sheriff, but you know, at least down here, we can get rid of a police department, you know, a city police department, and put a sheriff department in place of it. The sheriffs are not as great, but they are, I say, more trained in the police departments. The amount of finance, the money they make, and the training they get is a lot better. The sheriffs do make mistakes because Miami-Dade sheriff does make mistakes from time to time. They shot a guy who was dealing with a patient, and they shot him while he was laying on the ground. I don't know what happened to that sheriff officer, but I guarantee he really got in trouble with that. But all this is just crazy to hear. Let's go ahead and end this. We're running a little long.
Yeah.
The tooth here. And I'm just hoping this time next week, I don't want to hear any more of someone getting shot and more of it. Let's truth be told, this is what this is leading to is a civil war. And it's not going to be a good thing.
No,
a civil war in America.
At this point in time, it's going to be a lot of carnage, man. A lot of dead bodies, man.
Truth be told, there's another way for Trump to keep in the office, right?
Yeah,
because it's a civil war.
If it's a war, you get another 4 years automatically.
It's not another 4 years because last time, was it Truman? He didn't get 4 years. I think he got 2 extra years or something like that.
Well, it doesn't matter. Trump's gonna stretch it out to 4 years.
Yeah, he'll stretch out to 4. He might not leave until he.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He might not leave because he's gonna say, "No, we need this."
Clearly, he has dictator
mentality.
Yeah,
of course.
He aspires to run this country to his needs.
I'm
And
telling you, bro. Listen. Well, people, we're not gonna beat this man all night long. I mean, like on a brighter side of things, you know what I mean? Gene kids are driving them crazy with school.
yeah, yeah. Like
FPL, give us a breakdown here. I'm just messaging FPL.
All right. Hopefully you enjoy the convo.
Mm-hmm.
If you have anything to add on, completely leave us a comment. Join our Twitch channel if you're watching it, or if you're watching us on Twitch, don't be afraid to drop a chat.
Drop a chat, man.
We'll definitely bring you up in the convo.
Mm-hmm.
I promise to get us better. I actually started the new setup and everything so we can be more interactive and be able to even take voice calls and voicemails and all types of stuff and get things a little bit more professional and clean here and things like that. And get off this Zoom altogether. But right now, stuff is easy for us to get up and going. So I'm not
It's
gonna
1, 2, 3.
yeah, I'm not gonna really hate on it. So that's probably why I'm not much of a rush about it. But I definitely want to thank everyone for watching, enjoying the show. Once again, with Chef Kirk and Jesus the Builder.
Jeezy the building.
And thank you for the
Hey
combo.
guys, and be safe, man, and cover up. Wear your mask.
Wear your mask.
COVID is still out there, people. COVID is still out there.